Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring one of the most export-driven economies in the world, Germany. In this deep dive, we're going to explore Germany's top 5 exports based on the most recent full-year data from 2023. We'll cover what each product or service is, how much of it Germany exports, who the top 5 buyers are, and what those countries actually do with the goods once they get them. Germany isn't just about sausages and pretzels. It's an economic powerhouse built on high-quality engineering, cutting-edge technology, and global trade. So let's get started on this journey through Germany's export stars. Number 1. Vehicles, driving global roads. Export value, $295 billion in 2023. Global share approximately 18.5% of world car exports. Top 5 importers: United States $24.3 billion, China $16.2 billion, United Kingdom $15.6 billion, France $11.4 billion, and Italy $11 billion. What it's used for? Germany is famous for its automobiles, from luxury sedans to sporty SUVs. These exported vehicles end up cruising highways and city streets worldwide. In the United States, for example, drivers enjoy German-engineered cars like BMWs and Mercedes-Benz for their performance and reliability. You've probably seen plenty of them on American roads. In China, a booming middle class views German cars as status symbols. Audis and Porsches chauffeuring business people in Beijing and Shanghai are a common sight. The UK, France and Italy all have their own car brands, but they still import tons of German vehicles, be it Volkswagen family cars or high-end models. Italians might drive a Fiat, but many also love a comfortable Volkswagen or a snazzy Audi for daily use. And in France, you'll find German cars used as taxis, family vans and everything in between, appreciated for their engineering and safety. Essentially, these countries use German vehicles for personal transportation, commercial fleets, and even government use, think official state limousines, all benefiting from German autos' blend of efficiency and luxury. Economic context. The vehicle industry is the engine of Germany's economy, pun intended. Germany is by far the world's largest exporter of automobiles, and vehicles and parts make up about 17% of its total exports. This domination goes back to history. Germany gave the world the first automobile, Carl Benz's 1886 motor wagon, and later iconic brands like Volkswagen, literally people's car, BMW and Audi. Post-World War II, the Volkswagen Beetle became a symbol of Germany's economic rebirth through exports. Fast forward to today, millions of cars roll out of German factories each year, destined for global markets. This sector provides hundreds of thousands of jobs at home and is tightly woven into Germany's identity of engineering excellence. However, it's not all smooth driving ahead. Key trends are reshaping the auto export landscape. One big shift is the move to electric vehicles, or EVs. Germany is adapting, with companies like Volkswagen investing heavily in EV models to stay competitive as the world pivots away from gasoline. Another factor is trade policy. In recent years, there were even threats of tariffs on European cars in the United States, which Germany worked hard to navigate diplomatically. On the flip side, trade agreements like the EU-South Korea deal have helped German car exports by reducing tariffs abroad. And as we speak, Germany's automakers are racing to develop next-gen tech like self-driving software, aiming to keep German cars in driveways from Dallas to Dubai. In summary, vehicles are Germany's flagship export, a product of decades of innovation, a pillar of the economy, and an industry steering through the turns of global change. Machinery, the industrial workhorses. Export value $273 billion 2023. Germany holds around 16% of the global machinery export market, placing it among the top 3 exporters worldwide, closely competing with China and the United States. The top 5 importers of German machinery are the United States, importing $34 billion worth, China with an estimated $25 billion, France at approximately $18 billion, the United Kingdom at about $15 billion, and Italy importing around $13 billion. When we talk about machinery, we're referring to a broad range of high-value equipment. This includes industrial machines, engines, construction equipment, and factory tools. Countries import German machinery to power their own factories and infrastructure. For instance, the United States buys German machine tools and factory robots that help build everything from cars to aerospace components. Walk into a manufacturing plant in the Midwest and you might find German-made presses or milling machines churning out parts with Teutonic precision. China, often called the factory of the world, relies on German machinery to fuel its manufacturing boom. Chinese companies use German-engineered equipment like advanced printing presses or chemical processing machines to enhance efficiency and quality in their production lines. In France, German machinery is found in automotive factories such as those of Peugeot and Renault. In energy projects using German-made turbines and generators, and even in vineyards with specialized farm equipment. Essentially, any place where reliable heavy-duty machines are needed. The UK imports German engineering for construction and mining equipment, as well as for its food processing and packaging industries. Those shiny stainless steel machines in a chocolate factory may well be stamped "Made in Germany." Italy, despite having a strong machinery industry of its own, still imports certain German machines, especially for sectors like plastics, textiles, or specialized industrial niches. Essentially, these countries use German machinery as the backbone of production, the unseen workhorses that build cars, produce electricity, process food, and run assembly lines. German machines are prized for their durability and precision, so importers use them to boost their industrial capabilities and productivity. If cars are Germany's flashy export, machinery is the quiet achiever. This category represents everything from giant industrial robots to tiny precision tools, and Germany has built a reputation as the world's workshop in this arena. Many German machinery exporters are part of the Mittelstand, medium-sized, often family-owned firms that specialize in niche technologies. For example, there are German companies that are world-famous for making just printing presses or just bakery machines, selling to factories globally. Together, machinery and mechanical appliances make up about 14 to 16% of Germany's exports, second only to vehicles. Historically, this strength dates back to the 19th century Industrial Revolution when German engineering took off, and later was bolstered by post-war reconstruction, thanks to demands for German equipment. Today, being a top machinery exporter means Germany plays a behind-the-scenes role in many other economies' growth. Its equipment helps other nations build cars, construct buildings, and run modern industries. Staying on top, however, requires keeping up with technology and global demand. One trend is Industry 4.0, a German-coined concept referring to smart, connected factories. German machinery firms are integrating sensors and AI into their products, so overseas clients can have high-tech smart factories. Another factor is global competition. Countries like China have been developing their own machinery industries. Interestingly, China's rise as an exporter hasn't eliminated its appetite for German machines yet, especially high-end gear. Trade dynamics also matter. Germany benefits from EU membership when it sells a heavy machine to, say, Poland or Italy. It's frictionless trade within the single market. Trade agreements, like one with Canada in recent years, also lower barriers for German machinery exports. On the horizon, there's strong demand for machines that support green energy and sustainability. And German firms are already exporting things like wind turbine components and recycling equipment. All in all, machinery exports are like the sturdy backbone of Germany's economy. Not always in the spotlight, but absolutely crucial. These exports keep German engineering firms thriving and, by extension, keep factories humming around the world with a made-in-Germany touch. Electrical equipment powering modern life. Germany's export value in this category stands at $191 billion as of 2023. Germany holds a global share of 6.6% of world exports in this category. While Germany is a leading player, it still trails behind China in the electronics realm. Now let's look at the top 5 importers. The United States imports approximately $20 billion worth of electrical equipment. France follows with an estimated $15 billion. China imports around $12 billion. Poland comes next with about $10 billion. And finally, the United Kingdom imports roughly $9 billion. This category includes a wide array of electrical and electronic goods, from industrial electrical systems and motors to consumer electronics components. Let's break down how countries use them. The United States imports German electrical equipment like generators, medical imaging electronics, and factory automation systems. For example, a US hospital might use an X-ray machine with German-made electronic parts, or an American data center might be backed up by German-built electrical transformers. Moving to France, a lot of German electrical exports there support the energy grid and transportation. Think of high-voltage switchgear for French substations or the electronics inside high-speed trains. French factories also buy German sensors and controllers to automate production lines. China, despite being an electronics manufacturing giant, still buys certain advanced electrical components and production equipment from Germany. Chinese tech firms might use German high-precision measurement electronics or specialized semiconductor making equipment. Meanwhile, Poland imports loads of German electrical parts, largely due to integrated supply chains. Poland has many factories, including car assembly plants and appliance factories, that are wired with German-made electrical control panels and robotics. And for the UK, German electrical exports cover everything from industrial equipment, for example, machinery at a UK wind farm using German electrical converters, to consumer appliance components. A premium kitchen appliance in Britain might quietly contain a German motor or circuit. These importers basically use German electrical gear to power their industries and daily life. Be it lighting up cities, running trains, manufacturing goods, or even brewing that perfect cup of coffee in a high-end coffee machine with German electronics inside. German electrical equipment is valued for being reliable and high-tech, ensuring that whether it's a factory assembly line in Shanghai or a metro system in Paris, the lights stay on and the machines keep running smoothly. Economic context. Germany's prowess in electrical equipment is closely tied to its broader engineering and manufacturing heritage. Companies like Siemens, founded in 1847, have long been global leaders in electrical engineering, from early telegraph systems to today's smart grids. This export category is broad, encompassing items from heavy-duty power turbines to tiny electronic sensors. It accounts for about 11% of Germany's exports, reflecting how much modern technology Germany ships abroad. One reason Germany excels here is the tight link between its electrical industry and its machinery and automotive industries. For instance, when Germany exports an electric drivetrain for an electric vehicle or a robotic arm for a factory, those often count under this electrical category. A big trend influencing these exports is the world's shift toward clean energy and electrification. Germany has been investing in renewable energy tech. It exports wind turbine electronics, smart grid components and battery technology. In fact, as countries upgrade their power infrastructure to handle solar and wind, German firms find opportunities to export advanced control systems and transformers. Another trend is the ongoing digital revolution. German companies export lots of the components that enable automation, like sensors and industrial computers, riding the wave of global automation in manufacturing. Additionally, 5G and telecom infrastructure demand is an area where German electrical firms, such as radio tower equipment makers, have a stake, exporting to countries improving their networks. Geopolitically, electrical equipment trade is competitive. China dominates many areas of electronics, but Germany carves out a high-end niche. It's not competing on making basic consumer gadgets, but rather on sophisticated equipment where precision is key. For example, Germany is a major exporter of industrial electrical machinery and ranks among top exporters even in things like specialized integrated circuits and batteries for cars. Trade policies can have an impact. However, many electrical goods carry low tariffs globally due to WTO agreements, which has helped German products find markets easily. One challenge ahead, ensuring access to raw materials like rare earth metals for electronics. Germany, like others, depends on imports for these, so its industry and government are strategizing to secure supply chains so that the export engine keeps humming. In summary, Germany's electrical equipment exports might not be as famous to the public as BMWs or Bayer aspirin, but they are a cornerstone of Germany's role as a supplier of advanced technology worldwide, quietly powering factories, transport and energy systems across the globe. Pharmaceuticals, medicines for the world. Export value $120 billion in 2023. Global share, around 14% of global pharma exports. Germany is the #1 pharmaceutical exporter globally, accounting for about 14.4% of worldwide exported medicines. Top 5 importers: United States $27.4 billion, Switzerland $10.3 billion, Netherlands $8 billion, Italy $7.9 billion, Belgium approximately $6 billion. Pharmaceuticals are all about keeping people healthy. Germany's pharma exports include everything from life-saving cancer drugs and vaccines to everyday pills like aspirin. Fun fact: aspirin was invented by the German company Bayer in 1897. The United States is the largest destination. American hospitals and pharmacies dispense a lot of German-made medicines. For example, a cutting-edge immunotherapy drug developed in Germany might treat patients in New York, or a simple German-manufactured ibuprofen could be sold over the counter in California. Switzerland is an interesting case. It's itself a pharma hub, home to giants like Roche and Novartis. Yet it imports German pharmaceuticals, often for specific medicines not made domestically or for further processing. Some of those German medicines might even be used as ingredients in Swiss pharmaceutical production. Cross-border supply chains in medicine are complex. The Netherlands and Belgium both serve as distribution gateways in Europe. German pharmaceutical products arrive in Dutch or Belgian ports and then get distributed across the EU and beyond. So a shipment of German vaccines might land in Rotterdam and then be sent on to hospitals in various countries. Those two countries also have large pharmaceutical logistics centres. For instance, Belgium's Antwerp and Brussels airports are key for global pharma transport. Italy imports German drugs to supply its healthcare system. Italian pharmacies carry German-made medications, and Italian doctors prescribe German-imported treatments, especially specialised or brand-name drugs for conditions like diabetes, cancer or autoimmune diseases. In all these countries, German pharmaceuticals are used to heal people, whether it's a Swiss patient getting a German-developed vaccine dose, an American senior citizen taking German blood pressure medication, or an Italian child using an inhaler made in Germany. Essentially, these exports help treat diseases, alleviate symptoms, and improve the quality of life for millions. Germany's pharmaceutical sector is a part of its larger chemical and life sciences industry, and it has surged in importance. In 2023, Germany was the world's largest exporter of pharmaceuticals, edging out other big pharma exporters like Switzerland and the United States. That's a remarkable statistic, considering North America's huge pharma presence. It highlights Germany's role in this global industry. Companies like Bayer, Merck KGaA, Boehringer Ingelheim and BioNTech are German pharma powerhouses. BioNTech, for instance, co-developed one of the first mRNA COVID-19 vaccines, which caused a spike in Germany's pharma exports during the pandemic. You might recall headlines about Germany exporting vaccines worldwide. In fact, subcategories like vaccines, blood and serums became significant export items. In 2021 and 2022, German exports of vaccines and medical mixtures soared, placing those items among top export products. While 2023 saw a small dip, about a 4% decrease from the previous year in pharma exports as global vaccine demand leveled off, the overall trend is strong growth over the past decade. Germany's pharma exports are about 7% of its total exports, a share that has grown, reflecting how the country has moved into more high-value research-intensive goods. This shift is partly historical. Germany has been strong in chemicals for over a century. BASF, one of the world's biggest chemical firms, is German, and pharma is a high-tech extension of that. Key trends and factors include aging populations and healthcare demand. As the United States and Europe age, and as developing countries invest more in healthcare, there's rising demand for medications. German firms are tapping into that by exporting drugs for chronic diseases common in older age, like heart medicines and insulin. Another factor is innovation. Germany invests heavily in R&D, and its pharma companies have developed advanced therapies. For example, new cancer treatments or rare disease drugs created in German labs become export hits because they fill unmet needs globally. Also, trade agreements help. The EU has free trade deals that eliminate tariffs on medicines in many markets, ensuring German drugs can reach patients worldwide without extra cost. And unlike some industries, patent protection plays a big role in pharma. German companies often have patented drugs that face little competition for a time, boosting export value. A good example is how Germany's share of global medicament exports is about 14%. Being a leader in this area means other countries rely on German pharma for certain medicines they can't get elsewhere easily. The pharma export story wouldn't be complete without mentioning the pandemic. Germany's capability to produce vaccines, with BioNTech-Pfizer vaccines, largely made in Germany, put it at the heart of the global COVID response. This elevated profile might influence future cooperation or trade. Countries may strike deals with Germany, knowing its strength in biotech and pharma production. Looking ahead, areas like biopharmaceuticals and vaccines will likely remain strong export segments. Germany is also active in the global fight against diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's, so any breakthrough drug discovered in a German lab could become a major export in the future. In summary, pharmaceuticals exemplify Germany's export evolution toward high-value products. It's not just exporting the pills themselves, but also exporting the fruits of intense scientific research with positive impacts on global health. Precision instruments are at the cutting edge of medtech and more. The export value of these instruments was $84 billion in 2023. Germany holds approximately 12% of the global exports in medical and precision instruments. This places it as a close second to the United States in this category. In fact, Germany exported an estimated $18.4 billion in medical instruments alone to the world, with the United States being the largest market for these high-tech devices. China is also a significant importer of German medical and optical technology, with imports reaching into the billions. France, too, is a major European buyer of German precision equipment. The Netherlands serves as an import hub for German instruments, often transshipping these products to other markets. And finally, the United Kingdom is a key consumer of German scientific and medical apparatus. What it's used for? This category includes optical, medical and scientific instruments, essentially the high-precision tools and devices used in healthcare, research and industry. Let's paint a picture of how they're used. In the United States, German precision instruments are ubiquitous in hospitals and labs. For example, a German-made MRI machine or ultrasound device might be diagnosing patients in a New York hospital. German surgical instruments, famous for quality, might be in the hands of surgeons at the Mayo Clinic. And beyond medicine, think of high-end microscopes. German brands like Zeiss produce microscopes and lenses used in US research labs and tech manufacturing. Semiconductor fabs often use German optical equipment for chip inspection. Now, in China, as the country has expanded its healthcare system, it has imported a lot of German medical equipment, everything from dialysis machines to complex laboratory analyzers. A hospital in Beijing might feature an operating room fitted with German surgical lights and endoscopes, ensuring Chinese patients benefit from German precision. Chinese manufacturers also use German measuring instruments. For instance, car factories in China might use German laser measurement systems to ensure quality. Moving to France, German precision instruments support industries like aerospace. French jet engine makers use German metrology tools to measure parts to micrometer accuracy. And of course, healthcare French clinics use German dental equipment and imaging machines. The Netherlands serves as a trading hub. It imports German instruments and often distributes them further, but it also directly uses them. Dutch high-tech companies, like those in Eindhoven's tech hub, utilize German measuring devices and optics. Finally, in the UK, German-made lab equipment and medical devices are widely used. British scientists might be sequencing genomes using a German-engineered sequencer, or an eye surgeon in London could be using a German ophthalmology laser system for delicate eye surgery. Even everyday items like high-quality thermometers, blood pressure monitors or binoculars can be German exports. In essence, these importing countries use German precision instruments to advance science, deliver healthcare, and enable high-tech manufacturing. Whenever extreme accuracy or reliability is needed, be it peering into a cell through a microscope or guiding a surgeon's hand, German instruments often play a role. Economic context. Precision instruments are a shining example of Germany's emphasis on Qualität, quality. This export category, about 5% of Germany's exports, includes a mix of medical technology, medtech, optical equipment and industrial measuring and control instruments. Germany's legacy in optics and precision engineering goes way back. Carl Zeiss, for instance, founded his optics workshop in 1846. And today, Zeiss lenses are world-renowned, even found in high-end cameras and smartphones. German medtech firms like Siemens Healthineers, B. Braun and Drager supply advanced medical devices globally. This sector often flies under the radar compared to cars or machines, but it's a quiet success. Germany is the world's second-largest exporter of medical goods, including devices. In one recent year, it exported over $200 billion in medical goods broadly defined, representing about 12.9% of world exports in that category. That broad figure includes pharmaceuticals, but for medical devices specifically, Germany is right at the top too. According to industry data, Germany accounts for roughly 12% of global medical device exports, second only to the US in market share. Several factors drive this success. One is the strong link between Germany's engineering prowess and its healthcare sector. They've leveraged precision manufacturing to build things like MRI machines and dialysis equipment. Another factor, Germany's healthcare system and clinics themselves are high-tech, providing a home market that demands top-notch devices, which companies then export. Moreover, many German firms in this field are highly specialized medium-sized companies, the Mittelstand strikes again, that dominate niche markets. For example, a German company might be the world leader in, say, dental prosthetic milling machines or spectrometers. These niches add up to a hefty export portfolio. Looking at trends, global aging populations and medical advancements mean rising demand for medical equipment, good news for German medtech exports. During the COVID-19 pandemic, aside from drugs, Germany also exported a lot of medical gear, ventilators, diagnostic tests, PPE machinery, showcasing its capacity to deliver in a crisis. There's also a convergence of tech fields. German precision instrument makers are incorporating digital tech like software and AI into devices, for example, smart medical imaging systems that can assist diagnosis, keeping their exports competitive. Trade considerations. Medical and scientific instruments often enjoy low tariffs internationally, similar to pharma, because countries need them for public health. This has helped German exports reach markets worldwide with fewer barriers. An interesting note on optical instruments. Germany plays a key role in the supply chain of semiconductors and electronics, not by making chips, but by making the laser equipment and high-precision optics that others use to make chips. So, as the world invests in semiconductor fabs, for instance new chip plants in the US, demand for the kind of ultra-precise German optical gear used in lithography and inspection can increase, a future export growth area. Finally, consider defense and space. Germany's precision optics are used in satellites and its high-end sighting instruments in defense tech, which also count as exports, often to allied countries under strict controls. In summary, precision instruments might be the least flashy of the top exports, but they're incredibly impactful. They underscore how Germany's economy isn't just heavy industry, but also high-precision, high-tech products that improve lives through medicine and safety and push the frontiers of science and technology worldwide. Final thoughts. Germany's top 5 exports, from cars that drive us around to the machines that build those cars, the electronics that power our cities, the pills that heal us and the instruments that save lives, show how deeply Germany is connected with the world. These products span the spectrum from heavy engineering to high science, painting a picture of an economy that blends industrial might with innovation. Historically, exports have been the lifeblood of Germany's growth. Even today, net exports contribute significantly to Germany's GDP, and it's not only goods. While we focused on products here, Germany is also a huge exporter of services, around $440 billion of services in 2023, making it the world's number 3 service exporter, including things like engineering, consulting, finance and tourism. So the German imprint on global trade is everywhere. A factory in Texas might be designed by German engineers. A cargo ship at sea likely carries a load of German machinery or vehicles. A clinic in Africa might rely on German-made vaccines kept cold in German-built refrigerators. Each of the top exports we discussed faces its own future challenges and opportunities. German car makers are shifting to electric to keep driving export success in a greener future. Machinery exporters are adapting to the digital age with smarter machines. Electrical and electronics firms are helping power the renewable energy revolution. Pharma and medtech companies are racing to develop the next breakthrough therapy or device. And through it all, Germany navigates global trade relationships, benefiting from strong EU partnerships and fretting over issues like supply chain dependencies or trade tensions. In many ways, Germany's export mix is a reflection of its post-war economic strategy. Focus on high-quality manufacturing and innovation, and the world will beat a path to your door. It's fascinating to see how something as simple as a brake pad or as complex as an MRI scanner, when made in Germany, finds its way to all corners of the globe. These 5 export sectors also highlight how intertwined economies have become. Germany's prosperity is linked to consumers driving its cars in America, patients taking its medicines in Asia, and factories running its machines in Europe. So next time you ride in a luxury car, use a gadget or undergo a medical test, there's a fair chance a piece of Germany is involved. This export story is ongoing, and it will be exciting to watch how Germany's industries reinvent themselves for the future while keeping that Made in Germany brand synonymous with quality. Thanks for joining us on this tour of Germany's economic engine. If you learned something new, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful explorations. Thank you for watching, and tschüss. That's bye in German.